Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. We got the third game of a four-game series between the Pittsburgh Pirates and New York Mets from New York. Leading off for the Pirates, playing center field, Van Slyke. Batting second and playing third base is Madlock. Batting third, playing right field is Clemente. Batting fourth, playing left field is McCutcheon. Batting fifth, playing first base is Young. Batting sixth, playing second base is Stenton. Batting seventh, on the catching is Kendall. Batting eighth, playing shortstop is Alley. And on the mound, batting ninth and pitching is DRABEK. And for the hometown New York Mets, leading off playing center field is Mazzelli. Batting second, playing short is Reyes. Batting third, playing first is Hernandez. Batting fourth, playing right field is Strawberry. Batting fifth, doing the catching is Hudley. Batting sixth, playing left field is Gilkey. Batting seventh, playing third base is Alfonso. Batting eighth, playing second base is Backman. And batting ninth and on doing the pitching is Leiter. Let's get down here to New York and get this game started, folks. And you see the team comparisons. You got the Pirates 4-0, 36 strikeouts, 15 walks, 11 doubles, 4 triples. The Mets are now 2-2, 43 strikeouts, 20 walks, 9 doubles, and a triple. Look here at the Pirates, who are leading the Central with the Brewers, and the Cubbies are game and a half back. And the Reds are 2 games back, along with the Cardinals. Astros 2.5 back. And you see Van Slyke batting .235, Clemente .235 with 2 homers and 4 RBIs, and Gene Alley batting .286. And how about Josh Harrison batting .357? You got Bob Friend and Garrett Cole, both with 8 1/3 innings. Friend with a 1.08 ERA, Garrett with a 2.16. And Vail and the Candyman with 6 innings pitched. Vail 3 ERA, the Candyman a 6. Both of them have 5 strikeouts. Vail 7 walks, the Candyman 2. And Kent DeCalvey 2 2/3 with 1 strikeout and 1 walk. Let's get down here to the game and get this thing started, folks. And Van Slyke, like we say, batting .234 with no homers and an RBI. This is Al Leiter's first appearance of the year in 1998. He was 17-6 with a 2.47 ERA. And that's going to be a swing. Nope, that's going to be a ground ball down to Hernandez. And he'll take it himself for out number 1. Brings up Madlock up now. And he's batting .333, no homers and a RBI. And that's going to be against the lefty, a 10 and a 9. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Lee makes the catch for out number 2. And that brings up Clemente now. He's batting .235 with 2 homers and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. 2-out single. And that'll bring up McCutcheon's now. And Andrew is batting .500 on the year with no homers and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Backman. He fires over to first, and that's a end of the inning. Pirates strand 1. We go to the bottom of the first. Mazzelli, Reyes, and Hernandez due up. And the Mets, as you can see, are a half a game behind the Braves. And Lee Mazzelli's batting .214. Reyes a .333. Strawberry off to a slow start, batting a .125. And Wright batting .250. And poor Jerry, he's looking for his first base hit of the year. Guzman, Goodman, and DeGrom both with 7 innings. Jerry with a .514. Gooden with a 1.29 and DeGrom with a 3.86 ERA. Tom Seaver, 6 innings and a 9 ERA, got roughed up in the last game. Let's get down here. And Lee's batting .214 with no homers and an RBI. This is Doug DRABEK's first appearance of the year. And in 1990, he was 22-6 with a 2.76 ERA. And you can see the Mets' upcoming schedule. They got one more game here in New York against the Pirates. And then they go to Chicago and play the Cubs for 2 games. Then they go up to Milwaukee and play the Brew Crew. And that's going to be against the righty 17. That's a fly ball out to McCutcheon's in left field for out number 1. And that brings up Reyes. And he's batting .333 with a homer and 1 RBI. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Madlock. He fires over to Young for out number 2. And Keith Hernandez comes up, batting .286 with a homer and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. The Mets go down in order to the top of the second we go. No score. You got Young, Stetton, and Kendall due up. And Young's batting .200 with an RBI. And that's going to be a double in the right field. A leadoff double gets Young in scoring position here for the Pirates. And that'll bring up Rennie Stenton. And Rennie batting .750 on the year, folks, with a homer and 3 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Rennie. And that's going to be against the lefty. 5, and that's going to be a single in the right field. And Young doesn't have great speed, just average speed. And with nobody out, he'll probably stop over there at third. And that will be let's see here, a single. And that'll be a 5, be a 46. Yeah, he's going to stop at third with nobody out. So we got first and third. And Jason Kendall up now. The Mets will play back, try to get the double play here. Try not to give up a big inning. Kendall's batting .250, no homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. 56 and a 5 should be, might even still be fielding column 1. Nope, it's going to be fielding column 2. And that's going to be the old 4-6. Let's see, is he a 4? That's going to be that's going to be a single in the right field. And a runner, a scorer, and Stetton will stop at second. So still nobody out, first and second now. And Al Leiter's getting lit up here. First and second. Gene Alley batting .286 with no homers and an RBI. And that's going to be a foul ball back behind the plate. Todd makes the catch for out number 1. And that brings up Doug DRABEK. And DRABEK's first plate appearance. And in 1990, he batted .214 with a homer and 6 RBIs. And we're going to let him swing away. We're not giving him the button sign. Let's see if Doug can help his own calls here. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes out for out number 2. We're back to the top of the order here. If Al Leiter can get out of this mess with only 1 run scoring, he'll be happy. Van Slyke's 0 for 1, grounded out back in the first. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. He fires over to second. And that'll do it. So the old 5-4 put out. And the Pirates get 1, take a 1-0 lead into the bottom of the second. Now you got Strawberry, Hundley, and Gilkey due up here. Trailing by 1. Strawberry off to a slow start. 1 for 8, batting 125. His only hit's been a homer. He's got 2 RBIs, and that's going to be a base on balls. So Doug walks the tie and run here to start the inning off. Not what you want to see if you're a Pirates fan. And now Todd Hundley's up, looking for his first base hit of the year. He's 0 for 7. And that's going to be hit down the third. And nope, that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes him out. So there's a strikeout there. Now Gilkey's up. And Gilkey is batting 286 with a homer and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a pop up down the short. Alley makes the catch for out number 2. And Alan Shaw, haven't seen you in a long while, bud. Good to see you. Check out Alan Shaw's channel, folks. Yeah. Cards and dice is right, buddy. Oh, they're here, bud. Yep. And now you got Alfonso up. Alfonso's batting 143 with no homers and no RBIs. How you been doing, Alan? And that's going to be a ground ball down the alley. He's going to go over the short way to second, and that'll do it. The Mets strand 1. We go to the top of the third. It's still 1-0 Pittsburgh. We've got Madlock, Clemente, and McCutcheon's due up here. And Bill Madlock, he's 0 for 1 today. Flew out the center. And that's going to be a fly ball again out the center. So League makes the catch for out number 1. Oh, that'll be great. I hope you do record him. Al says that he's started back up his 86 Mets project, and he's going to start recording some of them. Looking forward to it, buddy. You know, I'll check it out. And now you got Clemente up. He's 1 for 1. He singled back in the first. And that's going to be a rare play. 41 and a 40. And that's going to be ball 1. So here's the 1-0 pitch now to Mr. Roberto Clemente. And that's going to be a walk. He walks down the first. And now you got McCutcheon's up with a runner down at first. Pirates are already leading this game 1-0. Andrew grounded out. He's 0 for 1. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. 25 and a 1, probably fielding column 2. And it is. And that's going to be a... We're going to get the runner out at second. He spins, fires down to Jose at second, and that'll be out number 2. Now you got McCutcheon's down at first, and Kevin Young up. And Kevin's batting 333, and he's got a double in this game. He's 1 for 1, came around to score the only run of the ball game. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. LEITER strikes him out. We go to the bottom of the third, and the bottom part of the order due up here for the Mets. Got Backman, LEITER, and then back to Lee at the top of the order. And Wally's batting a $125, no homers and no RBIs. And that ball is hit hard. See where this one ends up at. The New York night. And that's going to be hit in the right field. Clemente gets over there quickly. Backman makes a big turn, but he returns to first. Don't want to make an out, trying to stretch it. So now you got a runner on first, and now LEITER up for the first time this year. And in 1998, he batted 105, no homers and 4 RBIs. They're going to give him the bunt sign. You get the runner down to second, and that's going to be bunted down the third. Madlock's up with it, only plays over to first with Young covering, and that'll get the job done. Runner will get in the scoring position here with 1 out. Back to the top of the order we go with Lee Mazzelli. And Lee's 0 for 1. He flew out the left his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. Well, let's see, a 41 and a 3. It might be a pop-up down the first. And that'll be fielding column 2. And that's going to be a line drive down the first. The runner will get back. So nice play by Young. Now there's 2 outs. And Reyes is up. That's ID Jester joins us here. Oh, I love it, ID. Like I say, Ken Castro and them talked me into playing it again. I hadn't played it in probably 10 or 15 years. And I thought I'd play the 78 season, put it away and go back to basic, but I love it. Oh, thank you, buddy. Yeah, but I love the master game. And it's only taken me about an extra 10 minutes to play, something like that. Yeah. Now you got a runner down at second. Jose Reyes is up. He's 0 for 1, grounded out to third his first time up. And that's going to be against the righty, 16, and that's going to be a single. And the left field, Backman's got good speed. McCutcheons is out there and left. And that was a 9 and a 4. That'll be a 51 minus the 33 plus the 17. And he'll only be thrown out on a 66. And they throw him out. How about that? Andrew McCutcheons throws Wally Backman out. The only possibility was on a 66, and it comes up, and he is thrown out at the plate to end the inning. You don't run on these Pirates. Just look at those arms out there. And that'll end the inning. The Mets come up empty. We go to the top of the 4th, still a 1-0 ball game. Tip of the cap to Andrew McCutcheons. Now you got Rennie, Kendall, and Alley due up. Rennie is 1 for 1. He singled back in the second. No, Alan. This is called the post 1961 bats set for Apba. So it's the best players of each organization after 1961. Yeah, Backman, his let's see, it is his 1986 season. Yeah, Wally's 1986 season. Yep. Yeah, like I say, I love this set. I got both sets, Alan. You got the post 61 and the pre 61. Hey, check out Legends Sports Universe channel. I have to go back and catch that game. I missed it last night, Legends, between the Tigers and the A's. And Rennie's up now. He's singled back in the second. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Lee in center field for out number 1. Check out Legends Sports Universe. He's doing basketball, baseball, and boxing right now, folks. Awesome channel. And Jason Kendall's up. He's 1 for 1. He singled and drove in a run back in the second. And that ball is well hit. Jason Kendall on fire here early in the year. And that's going to be a double in the right field. So a 1-out double. Runner in scoring position. Pirates trying to add to their 1-0 lead. And Gene Alley's up now. And he is 0 for 1. He popped up to Todd in foul territory. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. Wally's only a 7 fielder. Let's see here. And that will be fielding column 1. See if Wally can make the play here. That's going to be a single to second. Knocks the ball down. Maybe saves a run there. The runner will stop at third. So now it's first and third. And 1 out. And again, Doug DRABEK comes to the plate. Can Doug help his own cause? He struck out his first time out. He's 0 for 1. And that's going to be against the lefty. A 16. And we don't need no stinking DH. That's a single in the left field. Allie will stomp at second, and that's an RBI single. And Doug DRABEK doubles his fun, doubles his pleasure with double mint gum, and doubles the lead here, folks. It's 2-0. And we got first and second. And Van Slyke's up. He's 0 for 2 today. He's grounded out twice. And that ball is hit hard. And all of a sudden, Al Leiter getting rocked here in the fourth. And that's going to be a base hit in the center field. And with Allie's speed and Lee's arm, he should score without a throw, but we'll make sure here. That'll be a 56. Lee has a terrible arm out there, and Allie's got great speed. He'll score with no throw. The question is, will Doug get down the third? That is the question, and he probably will, because DRABEK's got damn good speed. And he'll get down the third with no throw. The throw comes in the second. So now you got first and third, and it's 3-0 Pirates. And now you got Madlock up. They're looking for the double play ball here from Madlock. And Bill is 0 for 2. He's flown out the center both times. Yeah. What's Al? Al says a girly game with that DH, a girly game. No stinking DH here, Al. Yeah. Even though it's post 61, even the American League games is no DH in this. I set it up with no stinking DH. Very girly, right? Yeah. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, there's no DH in this one. Yeah. Bill Madlock 0 for 2 today. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. And again, with Lee's arm out there, most likely he's going to tag up and score with no throw. The throw will probably come in the second. So that'll be a 56. Yep. That'll be a sacrifice fly for the Mad Dog. And now it's a 4-run lead. Runner on first, 2 outs. And they just put a 3 spot on the board so far here in the fourth. And that brings up Clemente. He's 1 for 1. He singled and walked. And here's the pitch to Roberto. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. He's going to fire over to first for out number 3. But the Pirates score 3, take a 4-0 lead into the bottom of the fourth. The Mets got the big boys coming up. Hernandez, Strawberry, and Hundley. Can they get some runs back here? Keith is 0 for 1. He struck out in the first. And here's the pitch to Hernandez. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Van Slyke for out number 1. Oh, legends. Yeah, I love the pitcher's bat. It gives you something to do manager wise, making double switches. Yeah, like I say, you got to decide in the 7th inning in a tie ball game whether the pitch hit for a guy that's maybe only gave up 1 run. Yeah, I just enjoy it more. And Strawberry's up. He walked his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Rennie. He's up with it, fires over to Young for out number 2. And Todd Henley's up. And Todd, he struck out back in the second. He's 0 for 1. And not this time. That's a 2-out double. You laced that ball in the right field. So now the Mets have a runner in scoring position and 2 outs for Bernard. And let's see if Gilkey can do something. He popped up the short his first time up. And that's going to be a base on balls. And Doug has got himself in a little bit of a pickle here in the bottom of the fourth. And old Fonzie Alfonso is up to bat now with runners on first and second. He grounded into a force play his first time up, 0 for 1. And that's going to be a fly ball. Van Slyke waits for it, makes the catch. The Mets ran 2. To the top of the 5th we go in a 4-0 ball game. Got McCutcheons, Young, and Rennie due up here. You see the Pirates' upcoming schedule. They got one more game here in New York. Then they go home, take on Atlanta for 3 games. Then the Florida Marlins come to town. And Andrews 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice. And that's going to be a pop-up down the short. And that'll be out number 1. And next up now is Mr. Young. And Kevin Young's 1 for 2 with a double, came around the score. And that's going to be a rare play, a 37 and a 51. That is going to be hit out the right field. Strawberries out there today. A 31 and a 2 should be fielding column 2. Barely fielding column 2. And that's going to be first and second on air. An F runner is going to make it to third. S runner stops at first, so he's not an F. So it'll be a 2-base error on Strawberry, an E9. And Young standing down at second with 1 out. Mets can't afford to give up any more runs. Strawberry booted that one, let it get by him. And Young makes it down the second, folks. Oh, I understand, Legends. It's fun. I get you. I understand why you use it. Yep. It gets an extra bat in the lineup that people can see and all. Yep. I agree with that angle. But yeah, I just like the double switches and making decisions about whether the pitch hit for the pitcher and stuff like that. I just think it gives the manager a lot more to think about, and especially in this league. You'd almost put your starting lineup out, and your pitcher could go as long as he could, and all. So it gives you a reason to pitch hit and bring people in, and like I say, and replace people in double switches. Gives more people chances to get in the game. And now you got Rennie up. Rennie, he's on fire at the beginning of the year, folks. He's 1 for 2 today, singled back in the second, batting .667 with a homer and 3 RBIs. Can he increase this to a 5-run lead, folks? And they don't want nothing to do with Rennie. That's a base on balls. It does set up the double play. Might not be a bad idea. But Jason Kendall, he's got darn good speed and great speed if you compare him to most catchers. And he is 2 for 2. He's got an RBI double, singled in the 4th, and came around the score. Don't go there, Al, because they're actually considering doing that. They were actually considering doing that late in the ball game, letting your best player come up to bat. Yes, and he could pitch hit without actually being taken out of the game. yeah, they're actually considered doing that, Al. One time in a late inning game, you could do that. Bring your best batter to the plate when you want him to. So yeah, I know you was being sarcastic, but they're actually considering it. Yep. And Jason is 2 for 2, like I say, with a double and an RBI. First and second and 1 out. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. Let's see here. And only play is going to be S batter out. And nope, they'll throw down the second. Hernandez will. Reyes covers, but the return throw, Kendall, like I say, with his speed, beats it out. So now you got first and third, 2 outs, and Gene Alley up. And Gene's 1 for 2 today. He did single and come around the score. And yeah, I don't have nothing against the time clock. I agree with you there. Yep. And now you got Gene up. Do we intentionally walk him? DRABEK's already got a base hit in this game and an RBI. We're going to pitch to Gene. And that's going to be a fly ball out the lead. That'll end the inning. The Pirates come up empty. It's still 4-0 Pittsburgh as we get to the bottom of the fifth. They strand too. And now we got Backman, LEITER due up. Then we'll turn that line up over and see Lee up again. Wally's 1 for 1. He singled back in the third and got thrown out at home. And that's going to be a base hit. He turns on this one, drives that ball in the right field. And he's got himself a leadoff base hit here. And now LEITER's again going to try to bunt him down the second here and get him in scoring position like he did the last time. Had a successful bunt the last time. And that's going to be he's going to miss both attempts to bunt here. So now there's 2 strikes on him. They're going to keep the bunt sign on. 0-2 pitch here. And he fouls that one off. LEITER can't get the bunt down. Strikes out for out number 1. Now Lee Mazzoni's up. And they're going to do a little hit and run here. Get the runner in motion. Lee's 0 for 2. Maybe it'll help get his bat started. Only batting $188 on the year. And that's going to work. He squares this one up, folks. With the runner moving, most likely he's going to score. Yep, that's a double in the right field. And Backman already on the move is going to score easily. And the Mets get on the board here. It's 4-1 with a runner in scoring position. Still only 1 out. And Reyes comes to the plate. That's about the only way you're going to score on Clemente out there is to put that runner in motion, folks. They got some cannons in that outfield. Reyes is 1 for 2. Single back in the third. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. 51 and a 4 is probably going to be fielding column 3. Yep, barely column 3. They'll get the batter out, and a runner will make it down the third. So now you got 2 outs, a runner 90 feet away, and Keith Hernandez is up. And he cut the lead in half here, folks. He's 0 for 2. He struck out and flown out. And that's going to be a ground ball down the alley at short. He's going to fire over to first. And that'll be the final out. But the Mets get on the board with a double by Lee. And it's 4-1 as we go to the top of the 6th. Dre back up, and then we're back to the top with Van Slyke and Madlock. And Doug's 1 for 2. He singled, drove in a run, and came around to score. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes him out for out number 1. And Andy Van Slyke's up. He's 1 for 3. He singled and drove in a run in the 4th. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. LEITER strikes him out. That's good morning, good afternoon. Can he get the good night with Madlock? Madlock's hard to strike out, folks. He only struck out 17 times and 279 at bats in 1981. He's 0 for 2, but he does have a sacrifice fly back in the 4th. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Lee for out number 3. Pirates go down in order to the bottom of the 6th we go. You got Strawberry, Hundley, and Gilkey due up here. Strawberry's 0 for 1. He walked in the 2nd. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Van Slyke in center field for out number 1. And as you can see, the Pirates are batting .247 with a .305 on base percentage, slugging .438 and a .743 on base percentage. The Mets are batting .170, an on base percentage of .262, slugging .298 and an OPS of .560. Todd's up now. Yeah, what they did, Al, was the Cardinals with so much depth in the outfield, Then they put Vance Lake with the Pirates. There's a few teams like that. You'll see like Bruce Sutter, you would think as a Cardinal, but they actually got Sutter with the Cubs. Yeah, Bruce is with the Cubs. He had better years with Chicago than he did St. Louis. So yeah, a few things like that in this set. And Todd 1 for 2 with the double. And that's going to be a rare play, a 36 and a 33 on a 36. And that's going to be hit in the right field. Clemente's out there. And a 51 and a 3. Is that going to be fielding column? That's still fielding column 1. And that is going to be a nice catch out there by Clemente. Puts the Jets on, runs that one down, takes a base hit away from Hudley. And now there's 2 outs and Bernard's up. And Gilkey's 0 for 1. He did walk back in the 4th. Can he get a 2-out rally started here? And nope, that's going to be a swing and a miss. Doug strikes him out. His 4th strikeout of the game. We go to the 7th inning in a 4-1 ball game. Big boys due up here for the Pirates. Clemente, McCutcheon, and Young. And Clemente's 1 for 2. He's walked and singled in the game. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Alfonso. He fires over to Hernandez for out number 1. And McCutcheon's is up now. And Andrews 0 for 3. He has grounded out twice and popped up. And David joins us here today. And here's the pitch to Andrew. That's going to be a fly ball out to center field. From the zone to get to it, a 44 and a 2 should be fielding column 2. And it is. And that's going to be drops right in front of him. Lee pulls up. That'll be a base hit in the center field. So Andrews aboard here with 1 out. And Kevin Young comes to the plate. Kevin's 1 for 3. He's doubled. Came around the score. He's also reached on an error. He's been on base twice. Andrew down at first with a 4-1 lead. And that's going to be a hit by pitch unless he's an HB0. Nope. And Al Leiter hits him. I don't think that was intentional. Not with trailing by 3. You got first and second and only 1 out. That brings up one of the hottest hitters on the team, Rennie. Rennie is 1 for 2 with a walk. And here's the pitch to him, folks. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. And that's going to be the old 3-6-3 double play. And that'll end the inning. Nice job by Keith Hernandez to start that. And we make it to the 7th inning stretch. It's 4-1 Pirates. Got the bottom third of the lineup due up here for the Mets. Alfonso Backman and a pitch hitter for Leiter. And Alfonso is 0 for 2. He is grounded out and flown out. Let's see if old Fonzie can do something. Yeah, buy you some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. We don't care if we ever come back. And here's the pitch to Fonzie. That's going to be a ground ball down to Matlock. He fires over to Young for out number 1. And Wally's having a good game here. He is 2 for 2. He came around to score the only run for the Mets. Here's the pitch to Wally. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. I put the hex on him there. That's out number 2. That'll be it for Al Leiter. Let's see who's going to come out here and pitch hit for him. Against a righty here. Most of the lefties are already in. And Bud Harrelson's going to come out of the bench, bat from the left side. See if Bud can get on here and start a 2-out rally. And Bud's looking for his first hit of the year. He's 0 for 1. Here's the pitch to Bud. And that's going to be a base on balls. DRABEK walks him. Now, what you want to do here, now we're back to the top of the order and Lee Mazzelli. Lee's done nothing wrong out in the outfield, but they sure have taken advantage of his arm. So can he make up for it here? He has driven in the only run of the game. And here's the pitch to him. He's 1 for 3 with a double. And that's going to be against the righty, 17. And that's going to be a pop up down the short. Alley waits for it. That's a rainmaker. He catches it, and that's out number 3. Now let's see who's going to come in here and pitch. You got the righties coming up here. And I think Diaz is going to come out of the bullpen. He's going to pitch for the Mets, try to keep this a 3-run game. So Diaz comes out of the bullpen. And this will be his second appearance of the year. And he has 1 save on the year with no ERA. Like I say, he'll be facing Kendall, Alley, and probably DRABEK's going to stay in the game. He's got a, we'll see. If anybody gets on base, we'll probably pitch hit for him. But if it's 2 outs, nobody on, he's going to bat. Here's the pitch to Jason, 2 for 3 with an RBI single. And that's going to be an easy fly ball for Lee out there in center field for out number 1. Here comes Gene Alley up now. Gene's 1 for 3. Came around the score back in the 4th. And he gets a hold of this one, so we'll probably pitch hit for DRABEK. And that's going to be a double in the right field. Gene's in scoring position. And that'll be it for Doug. He pitches 7 solid innings here. 5 hits, 1 run. Let's see who's going to come off the bench here. And do we bring in Pops or do we bring in Parker? And I think Pops is going to get the call. Willie is coming off the bench. See if he can add to this lead here. Pops, Willie Stargell coming off the bench. And Willie is batting .333, no homers and an RBI. He's got Gene down there at second with 1 out. Here's the pitch to Willie. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, and Diaz strikes out Pops for out number 2. And we're back to the top of the order now in Andy Van Slyke. And Andy is 1 for 4. He has an RBI single back in the 4th. And that's going to be against the righty, 23 and an 8. And that's going to be a ground ball down the backman. He tosses it over to Hernandez. And Alley gets stranded at second. To the bottom of the 8th we go. Let's see who's going to come out here and pitch here. You got the lefties coming up here. Let's see who they got out in the bullpen. They only got 1 lefty, and that's Watson. So Watson's going to come in here and try to pitch the 8th inning with these switch hitters and lefties due up. Oh, man, 11 innings, Cubbies. Here, I'll put this up on the screen here. Al says he played a game yesterday, Mets and Cubs, 11 innings. Cubs had 17 players on the score sheet by the end of it. 3 relievers, 5 pitch hitters. If there was a DH in play, you'd have seen just pitching changes. Exactly. I agree with you, buddy. So in comes Mr. Watson. Watson, come here. Heard over to the telephone. Mr. Bell. So this is Watson's 3rd appearance. He's 1-0 with a 4.5 ERA. Reyes will turn around and bat from the right-hand side. And he's 1 for 3 today. He's singled back in the 3rd. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Madlock. He fires over to Young for out number 1. And are we going to let Keith Hernandez bat, or is Alonso going to come out and bat? We're going to let old Keith bat here. Well, you know what? We'll let Alan Shaw. He's the Mets fan. Should we pitch hit for Keith Hernandez and bring the righty Pete out or not? Let Alan make the decision. Pete Alonso's on the bench and can come out and bat from the right side against Watson. See what Alan wants to do, or let Keith Hernandez bat for himself. And Al says, keep Keith in. I agree with you. He's 0 for 3 today. He has struck out, flown out, and grounded out. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Van Slyke. And that'll be out number 2. Now we got Strawberry up. And again, I'm going to ask Al, does he want to bring in Tommy Agee to come in and pitch hit for him against the lefty and play right field? Or does he want Straw to hit against the lefty? You got Tommy Agee on there. If you want, I can bring up Tommy's stats here if you want to see him. And he says go with Darryl. We will. Well, Allen, he doesn't hesitate. So Strawberry's 0 for 2. He did walk back in the second. 2 outs, nobody on, 4-1 ball game. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Watson strikes him out. We go to the top of the 9th. It's 4-1. Pittsburgh. You got the 2, 3, 4 hitters due up here. Madlock's, Clemente, and McCutcheon's due up. And the Mad Dog, he's 0 for 3. He does have a sacrifice fly. Always back my 86 Mets. I got you, buddy. Nothing wrong with that. Mad Dog's 0 for 3. He has a sacrifice fly. Here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be a well-hit ball. See where this lands at in New York. And that's going to be a leadoff double in the right field. Madlock's in scoring position. And up to the plate is Clemente. And Clemente is 1 for 3 with a walk today. He's grounded out his other 2 times up. And we drop the dice. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. 43 and an 8. See if he keeps the runner at second. That'll be fielding column 1. And he'll look the runner back to second, fire over to first. Now there's 1 out. And the Mad Dog's still down at second. And here comes McCutcheon's. And Andrews 1 for 4. He singled back in the 7th. And that's going to be against the righty. 26. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. And the runner will get, nope, that's a swing and a miss. Diaz has got the K. He strikes out Andrew, and the runner stays put. Diaz might get out of this mess with nobody scoring, and that's what they need. Can't afford to give up any more runs, trailing by 3. Kevin Young's 1 for 3. He doubled, came around to score in the second. And that's going to be the old ground ball down the second, fires over to first, and the leadoff double goes nowhere. Pyrex strand 1. We go to the bottom of the 9th. It's a 4-1 ball game. And who do they got coming up here? Got the switch hitter, Gilkey, and then Alfonso. So they're going to take Watson out of the game. And are they going to bring in Kent DeCalvey here? I think DeCalvey's going to come in and try to save this game, folks. DeCalvey was my favorite freaking reliever back in the 70s. I loved the old sidearm Kent DeCalvey. So he's going to come in the game for Watson and try to save it. And this is DeCalvey's 4th appearance. He's got 2 saves on the year. And no ERA. So can DeCalvey get number 3 here? He's got Todd Hundley, then Gilkey, and Alfonso due up. Todd is 1 for 3. He is double back in the fourth. Here's the pitch to Todd, and that's going to be a ground ball down the Madlocks. He fires over to Young for out number 1. And Gilkey, is there a lefty out there that can come in? Nope, everybody else is righties. I don't see bringing in anybody for him. So Gilkey's going to bat for himself. He's 0 for 2. He did walk back in the fourth. And that's going to be a ground ball down the alley. And the Mets are down to their last out here, folks. And Alfonso's up. I'll ask Mr. Shaw, does he want to hit Mr. David Wright for Alfonso here? Or does he want Fonzie to bat for himself here? Of course, Wright has a little more pop, but he can't hit a 3-run homer with nobody on. All right, we're going to pitch hit David Wright for Alfonso. Wright comes off the bench. See if he can keep this game alive here for the Mets. And David's batting .250. He's got a homer and 4 RBIs. Here's the pitch from Tecalvi. And that's a swing and a miss. Tecalvi strikes him out. And that's your ball game, folks. And the Pirates win a game. Here at the box score. And there we go. Yeah, you're talking about the replay. I'll show you here in a second, Dave. Yep, you sure can. The Pirates 4 runs, 11 hits, and no errors. The Mets 1 run, 5 hits, and 1 error. Only 2 batters had multiple hit game, but everybody, and I do mean everybody, because even Doug DRABEK got a hit. Kendall and Alley, the bottom part of the order, with 2 hits apiece, 2 for 4. How about that? 15 runners in scoring position. They was 5 for 15. The Pirates was, like I say, everybody got a hit. You get a hit. He gets a hit. Everybody gets a hit. They left 10 men on base. What could have been? And the poor Metsies, the only one with a good game, 2-hit game was old Backman. He's 1 for 5. And the Metsies, they left 6 men on base. Doug pitched a hell of a game, 7 innings, picks up his first win, 5 hits, 1 run, walked 3, struck out 5. Watson comes in, pitches 1 inning, 1 strikeout. Colby comes in, gets his 3rd save of the year, 1 inning and 1 strikeout. LEITER didn't pitch a bad game, folks, by no means. 0-1. Had that rough 3rd inning, wasn't it? Or was it the 4th inning? Rough 4th inning, that was it. 7 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, walked 3, struck out 5. Well, let's get the right one. 7 innings, 9 hits, 4 runs, walked 2, struck out 4. Diaz comes in, 2 innings, 2 hits, and 2 strikeouts. We'll take a look here at the leaderboard in the standings in the National League. The Braves are now in sole possession of first place, a game up on the Mets. Washington is a game and a half back, the Phillies 2, and the Marlins 3. And now the Pirates are all alone in first place. They are a half a game up on the Brew Crew. The Cubbies are 2 games back. Cincinnati and St. Louis are 2.5, and the Houston Astros 3. And out west, the Giants are a half a game up on the Dodgers. Diamondbacks a game back, Colorado, and San Diego a game and a half back. I don't know if they had that stat in the 80s or not, Al. That's a good question. Yeah, I'm not sure. Well, you got Paul Molitor leading the league with a .560 batting average. Sammy Sosa leads the National League in homers, and he's tied with 12 RBIs with Jeff Bagwell. Of course, the ERA leader right now is going to be at 0. You got 2 pitchers Caldwell and Rocker tied with 2 wins, and you got 6 pitchers tied with 2. No, you don't. DeCalvey now with 3 saves on the year, leading the National League. Old Kent leading the National League with his 3rd save. Sammy's leading in MVP voting, and John Rucker's leading in the Cy Young. And Dave wants to see how you can look at the replay stats. You go to what's called view player and rosters. This is what this is called. I'll take you back to the main menu. At the main menu, it's called view players and make roster moves. And what's your favorite team, David? We'll look at your favorite team here. Wait for Dave here to type in his favorite team. Oh, during the game. Yes. What you can do is you can click on the batter and look at his stats. Yes, you can. Here, I'll do an exhibition game real quick. We'll do an exhibition game here. Play an exhibition game. Yeah, so we'll just select the Braves and the Yankees since they're at the top. And set lineups. And play ball. So if I wanted to do a pitch hit here, I'd go to the bench. And just click on, let's go to the bench here. And you can see his stats there. Well, it just disappeared. See if we can get it to stay up this time. And it keeps disappearing on me. But that's what you do. You just click on the batter and his stats come up, Dave. Yep. But it's not staying up here on the screen for me. I'm not going to keep fooling with it. But yeah, that's how you can look when you're making a pitch. You can also ask the bench coach what he thinks. He can give you some information. I never used a bench coach. No, that's the only way. Yeah, I know that you can do it, Dave. Yep. Yep, that's the only way I know. Oh, you're welcome, buddy. All righty, and the next game on the channel will be the final game of this series. This was a 4-game series, and we're going to have Bob Vila going up against the Doc Gooden. What a pitching matchup that'll be. Can the Pirates win 1 game? They have lost 3 games to the Pirates here. Can the Metsies get a win in New York? I want to thank David, Alan Shaw, Legend Sports Universe, ID Gesture. Check out those great channels, folks, for stopping by. Like I say, check out Alan Shaw, ID and Legends channel. ID does a little bit of everything. Legends got his basketball, baseball, boxing. And Alan says he's going to start showing some of his 1986 Mets replay, folks. Let's check that out. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, folks. It doesn't cost anything. Hit that like button. Leave a comment and hit that bell for reminders. Till next time, you guys have a great afternoon and take care.